Yeah.
impact.
Oh, we just went live.
But
Yeah, on the master controller.
I,
I think I think that's an interesting question though, is looking at perspective from it's almost like a social good. Like that player shouldn't be playing with a drone because like there is like a great deal of people he can bring happiness, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going out and doing his job and getting paid by ownership to do it.
I know.
And I know the counter is that by proxy, the fans are paying his salary, but I don't think he owes the fans anything. I don't think the athletes really owe the fans anything.
I wonder if you were like in contracts to basically start writing in that you can't do like anything. Like you got to just exclude yourself from the real world for 5 years or whatever. If you would have people not trying to become athletes or anything.
I think if guys start getting paid enough, you already look at how little things the president of the United States is allowed to do. Like you can't drive, you can't leave the compound without people with him. I'm sure that there's stipulations on like skydiving. You know?
I can't wait till we have an extreme president, an extreme sports president.
We had one, Teddy Roosevelt.
God, he
So
was
much
lame.
backlash.
All he did was shoot a couple
What?
bears.
Dude, he used to disappear into Yellowstone for like a month and nobody knew where he was while he was in office. And then he just like reappear and they're like, "Oh, here's what happened the last month."
Yeah, except probably his crew of 30 people that he kept with him, just in case.
Yeah, the human shield.
Exactly.
Protect him from ISIS.
I mean, that's what a Secret Service are.
Yeah. But I mean, I really don't think that when fans get ignored by athletes and get hurt, get heartbroken by it almost. I don't see it. I think that athletes don't owe anything to their fans. I mean, it's really great when they give back and they understand that without the support, the market for their sport goes down and they get less money. So I think it's in their best interest to interact with the fans and do what's best for the fans, because then there will be more fans, there's more money, they'll get paid more. So there's incentive for them not to be dicks, but I don't think that shouldn't be part of their job description, that they think about, okay, how will this affect the fans? I think they should think about how it will affect their coworkers, who are their teammates, but I don't think that they should care about they shouldn't be worried about what the fans think. They shouldn't be worried about pleasing the fans.
But I think it gets more interesting when you go into playoffs, because in some ways those players shouldn't even be playing in the playoffs. I mean, they don't get paid nearly as much. I mean, basically all they're doing is risking injury. In some ways they are performing a social good in that way. And in that way the playoffs are almost kind of a charity donation. I mean, like it's like you're providing like kind of all the fans get most of the
benefit.
Yeah, most of the benefit is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And from that perspective, in the playoffs, when the stakes are so high and you have so many people relying on you, it is almost irresponsible as like a member of society to like be putting your hand in the quadcopter. So
I would say it's more irresponsible as a teammate than as a player. You know, I think that the fact that he jeopardized the team that he's playing for and what they're trying to accomplish, I think that should have crossed his mind. I don't think that he should have thought, oh, there's a city riding behind me. That's who I'm going to think about in this situation. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think that it's okay to think about your teammates, but that when you're playing with a quadcopter and you go, oh, probably shouldn't do this because that guy down on 54th Street wants me to win the NLCS or the ALCS.
But athletes do. I mean, athletes, they all have like their foundations and shit. Like, is it that much different? Is it that much different to like donating to a charity to like not playing with the quadcopter?
How many of those charities do you think are just publicity stunts?
I don't know. I just know the NBA cares, AJ, and they tell me every prime time commercial that they do,
It's true.
and they've got a jingle.
Yeah,
DeAndre Jordan's trying to read kids a book. The NBA cares.
they really don't let you forget that. That's true.
Are you trying to say DeAndre Jordan can't read? Because that's
Mildly.
profiling. He went to A&M for a solid year.
Someday this is going to resurface when I'm running for office, and I'm just going to be out.
I said this one is public.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I can I'm definitely going to work on the smear campaign of the other party. I mean, of the Democratic Party. I know you're going to be a Republican, AJ.
Yeah. I'm going red all the way.
Or
Free markets.
libertarian.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say libertarian.
Whatever the old white party is, give haircuts. I'm going to join it when I'm 32.
The barbershop party.
The barbershop party, the toaster, what? I don't even, tonstorial parlor or whatever they called it.
What?
Fancy. Here, I'll tell you what it was. Got it in my wallet right here.
The hot take.
Wait, what?
Okay, give an advertisement. Okay, this is the advertisement. Bro.
Wait, I never got the card back. We were passing it around one night.
Oh yeah, no, I crumpled it in my pocket.
Oh, come on, O'Brien's.
As you should.
That was O'Brien's.
O'Brien's. How much do you charge for a haircut, AJ?
15.
30. Yeah.
15.
You gave him a $2 tip.
Wow, very generous.
Not the 40%.
Not even 20%.
Yeah, you're right. What's the going rate on tips at the
At
barbershop?
least 20. Is it?
Really? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. They spend a long time. I never see how barbershops make any money. Like that guy took half an hour to cut your hair, and he made $17, and he gives the cut to the barbershop. He can't make more than lights are off. He can't make more than like $8 an hour.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
I guess not pay taxes, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Anyway, any other thoughts on that? I wanted to talk automation and refereeing.
You didn't really give us a chance to add anything. It's like, you
Well-
want to add anything? Well, I want to talk about this.
Well,
I don't have anything to add.
Well, you're supposed to jump
Let's
in.
do,
You're supposed to jump in. It's called no dead air.
Socratic. It's called Socratic Seminar.
no dead air.
No dead air. Keep it moving. All right, we're moving. What do you want to talk about?
NDA, baby.
NBA.
NDA. It's our version of an NDA.
No dead air.
No dead air.
NBA.
The NDA doesn't care.
Maybe we should just call ourselves NDA.
No dead air. There's a lot of dead air though.
You gotta be ironic.
Brief moments of NDA.
Brief NDA. The NDA briefs.
All right, we're done with this. Moving on.
All right, let's not forget NDA.
That was worse than dead air.
Anyway, I want to talk automation and like me and AJ were talking about the strike zone box they play on MLB games sometimes.
Mhm.
I think like TBS does it and like Fox Sports doesn't. And
ESPN definitely does it.
yeah, and why shouldn't that just be, you know, an automated process? Because they can obviously do it. They can obviously do it right now, and baseball is obviously the most traditional sport in the world, and they have and the only thing they review is home runs, correct?
No, they review almost everything now. You can review everything but balls and strikes.
Yeah, they got a lot of
Oh, they
backlash
got
right
first
now
bit, yeah.
for not reviewing. They don't. Wait, did you say they don't do balls and strikes, right?
They don't.
Everything
They
but.
don't.
Okay, yeah.
Everything but.
But they take like
Yeah,
5 minutes
coaches
to
have
do one
challenged
review,
it.
don't they?
Yeah, they're not great at it. It seems like sometimes they, give it a wrong number and call like the NFL replay and go, "Oh, sorry, wrong number," and then they finally get a hold of their guy, and then they just kind of talk about how things are
It's
going, and then
it's a landline, right?
it's it's a landline.
It's one of those where you like do the circle and you have to like wait for it to come around to start the next number.
Yeah. No, that's why they
They're
have the
getting
kid
speed
go.
dial in 2017, right?
That's why they have the kid go out there. It would be so much of an easier process if the ump just pulled out his iPhone and called him, like had him on speed dial, called him, and was just like,
Or maybe
"Yep,
Snapchatted.
yeah, yeah."
Pro on.
Just a series of Snapchats, like he's getting the catcher involved. Like, so is that?
Yeah, they do a quick face swap in between too. But but I don't know. That's my point. Is like that we're in this weird in between zone where we have video review, where there's still all this human error of humans looking at the video, trying to judge, like trying to judge whether he like hit the bag first or not. When like
So
this could all be automated, right?
here's my question. How do you think society views human error versus mechanical error? So, like, if a human gets something wrong 5% of the time, and the mechanical guy and the automated process gets it wrong half of a percent of the time,
Yeah,
what do you think society is more okay with?
and this is and you're saying the human error. It just like the self-driving car. If a self-driving car kills a person, even if they kill a person at 100th of the rate,
Yeah,
then people are still gonna, you know,
freak out. Yeah,
people are gonna freak out, right?
because they feel like they're losing control.
But I think it'll even be less than like 100th of the accuracy. It'll be like 10,000th of the accuracy, and nobody's gonna be able to tell. I think we are at the point where it could be almost perfect.
So yeah, it could be almost perfect, but the thing is there's so many pitches in a season that there's with the technical equipment, there's bound to be one that's like way off, and they call it the opposite thing.
And what if that's in like Game 7 of World Series, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing is that I think these technical like the human error is going to be on the border, on the edge. Yes or no, maybe, who knows. If we had replay, we could tell. But the idea that one that is way outside and the system malfunctions for some reason and calls it a strike and rings him up, do we just go with it, or do we override it, or what do you do? To challenge balls and strikes, and challenge like can a coach challenge a ball and a strike?
I'm just
Do you
waiting
allow for
for
correction?
I'm just waiting for the coach to charge the computer.
There's gonna be nothing.
and start yelling at a box. There's got to be a robot at least for us to
There's
yell
gonna
at.
be nothing. There's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be nothing behind the catcher, which also brings up a new point that if there's nobody on base, 2 strikes, catcher in the field.
Wait, what? Can you repeat
If
that?
there's nobody on base right now, like the umpire doesn't have to
Yeah.
stand in there and just wear a pitch.
Yeah.
Take your catcher out from behind the plate and put him as your fifth infielder or something until there's 2 strikes, and then you shift your first. Say you like put your catcher at first base, shift your first baseman to the hole at second, have your second baseman play at the middle, shortstop plays on the other side, and I mean you can do the shifts from there. But then you have 5 infielders for a lot of the game.
Well, I think that can be a rule, right? They can just change that rule. I mean, that
That
sounds
you're
ridiculous.
required to have some. I mean, yeah, they can roll, but I'm thinking outside the box here.
Yeah, you are thinking outside the box, and I like it. But we'll still have a robot to take the pounding. I'm really looking forward to the robot umpire.
What's the robot gonna do when they take too long on the mound? Like the mound visit?
I don't know. Yeah, it'll just talk like a normal umpire. We'll have it going.
Like, son, step in the box, son. Son,
Yeah,
2 feet in the box, please.
yeah, I
Would
know.
you be able to have automation in like other sports, or is baseball really?
Well, like the NFL should have it. I mean, why aren't sidelines automated? Why can't just a buzzer go off when somebody makes contact with a sideline?
Buzzer go? Oh, you mean like if they're trying to toe tap or something?
The buzzer would go off more often than when the ball is in the hands of the ball carrier.
Why is that? Oh, because there's other people on the
He
field.
gets bumped out of bounds, yeah, or like.
I guess the out of bounds is a bad example. I think the touchdown is doable. As long as
because you
there's
could just.
trackers in the ball.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
the World Cup or whatever, right?
Incompletions are doable. You know when it makes contact to the ground. But I guess
Yeah.
things get complicated when there's grass involved. I think the NBA is probably a better bet.
Yeah, yeah.
And that basketball has much more
Could
like
certainly do.
defined lines. You can like tell goaltending will be fairly simple, right?
So, but like, what about?
How would goaltending be simple? If the ball was coming down and it got swatted,
Yeah, you can.
it would have an accelerometer in it.
Yeah, we have an accelerometer jangling around in there.
Suspended.
What about like fouls and penalties though? Like, would you still need a human element? On there
Yeah,
that's
and that's
responsible for less things.
Because it's
That's
all
kinda-
subjective.
that's what I kind of want. I want the objective things. There are some objective things in sport, and we might as well just automate them. I kind of wish the subjective
Baseball is the
things-
one. Baseball is so much objective things that
Yeah,
it obviously represents the easiest one. But like okay, a field goal. Like a field goal, you probably don't need the side judges to sit there
no, we
and
could
look up.
we could save millions of dollars in side judge salaries.
Side judge salaries.
There'll be a great side judge homeless epidemic.
My mind that they don't have some sort of like automated play clock buzzer. Like in basketball, you have a certain amount of time to shoot, and when it's up, you know when it's up. But in
Yeah.
football, you have this play clock where it'll seem to run to 0 and people can just get plays off. Like that one is the weird one.
The play clock is the worst because it's
an objective
yeah.
it's an objective thing that the refs take subjectively. Like, oh, that was close to 0, but maybe there was maybe it wasn't quite 0. Maybe like in the time I looked and then turned, the play was already going. Or But,
why
like-
isn't there a decimal point?
yeah, like there's a certain amount of time you have to get a play off, and if you don't get it off, you should be penalized. Rather than it being like a thing the refs have to determine. Like, oh, did he run out of time? I don't know. Well, it was pretty close. Let's just let it go.
I think the worst time related thing though is when the ref has to like announce to the crowd exactly what the time should be changed to. Like, why
please.
can't this be a personal conversation? Why does the whole crowd have to know about the time change?
Oh my god.
And if he gets it wrong, he has to let him know again.
It's
Action.
maybe it's just a public shaming device that they like to shame the guys upstairs if they fuck up.
Yeah.
It keeps them in line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What else?
so baseball we got. I think NBA is like a partial one. Football might be the worst, but I think touchdowns are reviewed so much that like we could eliminate that whole aspect of it.
But there's so many pieces involved in a touchdown. Like,
At least the playing part.
okay, yeah.
The playing part. I mean, the catch. No computer program is ever going to be able to figure out what to catch.
Yeah, because the league can't even figure out what a catch is. Here comes the weekly.
Did you see
There it
the?
is.
Uh-oh.
How are these guys talking after Ricky's just ridiculous comeback on Monday night?
Yeah, they're doing all right.
Are they pretty
Sandy's
okay.
wondering how fantasy went.
Side note: I did not even watch the game. That's how confident I was in losing. I did think about it during the day that it was possible. The 20 points,
That's
the
insane.
20-point swing between Carson Palmer and David Johnson.
So, oh wait, Pete started Carson Palmer,
Yeah. That's what it was.
Two QB league.
and you netted 30 points.
20.
With-
20. Around 20. It might have
20.
been 18, I think.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. Had to happen, Pete. Pete sent me a text. Sent me a text. I can't believe I beat you. Sunday 5 p.m. Pacific. Just the best.
Oh my god.
I might. That's what I'll write up tomorrow is the postmortem. The anatomy of the choke.
You gotta take back your hold on the weekly write up because this ISIS shit is. It's gotta go.
No. Felix is struggling. It's a young writing career.
All right, should we get back to automation?
Back to automation. Yeah. So
But yeah.
Football. Do we want to go to hockey? Do we want to go?
Hockey, you could do offsides pretty easily because it's just a matter of whether the puck is on the line or over the line.
True.
Goals. And you could do icing too. The fact that icing is defined as the 2-line pass. So there's 3 red lines on a hockey rink. They're the 2 end lines and the red line in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Time the puck goes over those red lines at any one point, or like if it goes over the mid red line and the end line,
yeah,
it's icing. So you have to. That's why you'll hear in an hockey announcer say he gains the red line and dumps it in.
Gotcha.
The fact that is subjective is beyond me. The fact that a ref can say, "Oh, they'll give it to him if he was close." They'll say, "Oh, he was close enough."
Yeah, true.
And it's a big thing because it's the difference between having the puck in the far end in your offensive zone or having a face-off in your defensive zone with the same players that were on the ice. You can't.
Yeah, and they could do fighting too, like depending on how many teeth get knocked out. We just put some sensors in the mouth guard.
Or we automate fights and you just have a fighting bot on your team and
that
when you want to fight
amazing. The guy, robot battles.
You send the bot out and
battle bots.
And then the other coach is obliged to send his battle bot out and they just battle it out.
Do you have one 14-year-old kid on the roster to control the battle bots? He's the new enforcer.
uh,
Yeah. So yeah, I think fighting could improve a lot. How are fighting robots not like in every halftime show? That'd be such a crowd pleaser.
I don't know. Like a Rock'em Sock'em type of thing.
Yeah, or
What?
I mean, have you seen like there used to be a TV show. Was it called BattleBots? It was just a robot fighting TV show where these robots would have like power saws and stuff attached to them that would tear each other up. I just think it'd be a
God.
hit.
Pretty basic though. I want to see like Transformers basically going at it.
You want to see like the Fox Sports robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'd
dun.
pay for that. I'd go to every hockey game.
No other networks has a robot. I was hoping maybe it'll have to battle like the NBC Flamingo. Or
What's the robot's name again? Like Brutus or something?
yeah, there's a lot of branding around the robot. Needless branding.
There's a name for it. What's the name?
Look it up.
Brutus.
Very important. We get accuracy on this. No, get nothing. I'm getting no names. We're done. That was Cletus the robot.
Cletus.
Rid-
Nice.
Ridiculous name. I wonder how much money they spent on that CGI robot. I mean, it couldn't have been worth it.
Oh. And they were doing it like back before CGI was like the norm. So they're blowing their budget.
Blowing their budget on the yeah. Terry Bradshaw took a pay cut for that robot. I'm sure that went down nice. Have you guys been watching Randy Moss at all? Has he been good? He's on
I
ESPN
have
now,
not.
isn't he? Or is he on Fox?
Yeah, I think it's ESPN. I think they have a whole new, not whole new lineup.
Yeah, you got to keep Boomer and Teej, right?
Tim Hasselback,
Lost AJ.
or is it no? Matt Hasselback. My bad.
Tim's on every show. I can never stand Trent Dilfer though.
Really?
Yeah.
I've come to like him.
Why do you like Trent Dilfer?
I just feel like he sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
I guess he kind of does, but he's always so self-righteous. Like I feel like he thinks he handled all like every situation perfectly as a quarterback or whatever.
No, I will give you that. No, he's way too big for his britches. That's a very good point.
Like he was just this game manager. He barely did anything.
Manning?
I know.
I did see Peyton on did you see him in the Tennessee game?
No.
Yeah, he was talking about what he's gonna do next. I don't think he's gonna go into media actually. I think he'll be like a coach, like John Elway type. Maybe even a like president.
Exec.
Yeah.
Oh, like Elway.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure he really likes the media. Like I think he might be like too into football to just talk about it.
Yeah, it'd be like Andrew Luck or something. Like being in the media. Like it just doesn't seem like it makes sense.
That deep baritone.
Okay.
The Neard would not cut it.
Oh my God, Ricky, did you hear today or yesterday do the Andrew Luck?
No, I haven't listened to that one yet.
Oh, it was so funny.
That's his one position.
I This fell apart quickly.
I think we had like a hot 8 minute. We had two 8 minute chunks that weren't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't do well. On that note, go eat dinner.
You just leave already? Well, what are you doing?
It's lagging. Oh,
No,
You slowly going out. Okay.
I'm here.
Well, you are garbling.
seriously, stop it, AJ.
Am I garbling?
Oh yeah.
This
No,
is what's going on.
no. Am I